Hi, and welcome to my blog, How to Be Happy in a Time When It Is Absolutely Much Easier to Be Unhappy. My name's Allison Blondell, and I want you to share with me times when you've managed to feel happy in times when you really shouldn't. I mean, if we look around at what's happening with us at the moment, people are unemployed, there's less money, there are a lot more people that are single, people are lonely, and then there's the aspect of everyday things that happen to people. People get ill, people lose loved ones, and how can you maintain a level of happiness? I think what we need to do first of all is look at the word happy. What does it mean? What does it mean to you? Happiness is really about how we're feeling at any given time. So you could look around at people who go out shopping to make themselves feel happier, take drugs, need to be with someone, have a trigger point of things that they feel makes them happy. It doesn't really last, does it? If you need to go shopping every time you want to feel happy, you're not going to feel very happy, or you're going to feel very happy for a while until you look at your bank account, which is going to be totally empty because you spent that money on trying to be quote unquote happy. What I want to look about is the ways that you can be happy with just being you, not by taking drinks or making anyone else make you feel happy. It's about you. And you might add, well, why do I need to feel happy? What's the point of this? The point of this is that we're going through this existence called life. And I would rather go through this life feeling happy rather than feeling miserable, down, and sad. If you believe this is all it is, then surely you've got to be happy and you've got to try and enjoy it. And I think it's quite simple to be happy. People are always looking for the when and if. When this happens, I'm going to be happy. If this happens this particular way, I'm going to be really happy. If Bob asks me out tonight, I'm going to be happy. If I win the lottery, I'm going to be happy. But let's just take everything into consideration. That may never happen. And does that mean that you will never be happy? Is happiness just for other people? I want to go right back to when I started and I said that happiness is about the way that you feel. And the way that you feel is honestly connected to the thoughts that you're thinking. Have you ever had a time where you're thinking bad thoughts and you're feeling good? Well, I've got to question the sort of person you are if you have had that time. The majority of us, we feel good when we think good thoughts. So if you're sitting there now and you're listening to this blog and you're thinking, Alison is crazy, what is she talking about? I feel like crap. But why do you feel like crap? What's the dominant thought going on at the moment? What's going around in your head over and over and over again? We're obsessive, aren't we? We can obsess over things that aren't any good for us. And that doesn't make us feel great. That actually makes us feel pretty bad. So what could we do to make ourselves feel better? Surely it's got to be obsessing about things that make us feel good. So you have to know what makes you feel good, what can make you feel good without alcohol, without buying stuff, without doing additional things. What can make you feel good as you're sat here listening to me now? I have favourite things. I really like scenery. I like looking at the sunset. I like trees. I like watching children play in the park. I like watching my own children talk and laugh together. Find out what your thing is, what makes you feel better. I also find that if I think about things that I've done really well in the past, it makes me feel better. Often we think about negative things when we're feeling down. So if you've had a bad relationship and you've then broken up with someone again, you start to think of the other bad relationships you've had because it kind of reinforces the fact that perhaps you're not doing that well. I am currently going through a breakup, and I think if anyone can think about the bad things they've done in relationships or how crap they could be about in relationships, it could be me at this moment. But I've made a conscious decision. Okay, it hasn't worked. we're just not for each other. But I'm not going to go back to all the mistakes I've made previously. I'm going to look at all the great things that I did in the relationships and the great things we had in this current relationship. And I'm going to dwell on that and take it into the next relationship I had. I'm not going to spiral out of control and blame others and blame myself and feel bad about myself. Stuff happens, but it's what you focus on. So currently I am focusing on the great things that I've done. And it's interesting because if I share with you at the moment, this isn't my best time. This isn't my best time financially, with career choices I've made, relationships, but it is the time that I have made a decision to be happy because that's all I've got. And it's not about what's happening to me, it's about how I'm going to react to things that are happening to me. And I want you to come on that journey with me because I believe that by maintaining my level of happiness and feeling good about myself, it is going to get better. And I want to go through that journey with others, and I want others to share their journey with me of going through times where things didn't work out for them, but they were able to maintain a level of optimism and actually look at their glass half full rather than half empty. And I'm going to be honest with you, I sit here and it's a Sunday morning and the sun is coming through my blinds. I've got a lovely smelling candle lit up in the room and I feel pretty good. I'm in a moment of feeling really good. It's nice, it's quiet. How do I transfer this feeling when I have to go through a day tomorrow where I'm dealing with other people who may not have that I'm going to be happy attitude, who may not have my best intentions, and who may actually make me feel unhappy when I'm trying to feel happy? And I think that's the key to why I want to do this blog, is just steering, keeping on your path. Is that sometimes when you're going through a bad day, you can actually just take a break. Have 5 minutes, breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth, to get that level of relaxation and centeredness. And when you're talking to yourself during that period, you're saying whatever works for you. I love the phrase, I can do this, because it always makes me feel strong. It always makes me feel better about who I am. And often we can feel that we can't do so much. It's really empowering to say, I can do this. Try it with me now. I can do this. I can do this. I can really do this. I can do this. Please just try it. You can stop the tape, have a moment. It's a really empowering phrase. And that's the sort of thing that makes me realise how powerful our thoughts are, how powerful our minds are. I was listening to a Jack Canfield CD, it's the Success Principles, and he talks about a group of people who are having knee surgery to alleviate pain, and that they did a test to see how effective it was. And so they took one group where they did the knee surgery as they'd agreed, another group where they just, inserted the same cuts that they would if they did the knee surgery and washed the wound, and another group where they inserted the cuts but they did nothing. 6 months to a year later, they found that all groups were experiencing the same level of relief. And that's because the mind expects it. You go in for an operation to get a knee operation, you come out with scars, you've had it, you're going to feel better. And if we kind of put that to our lives, to our everyday lives, we should be expecting better. I'd said to you before that I was going through a breakup, finances weren't great, my career's definitely not the best that it could be. However, I'm going to move forward and have a level of optimism and expectation that everything's going to work out as I want. And on this journey, I want you to come on this journey with me, because I want to prove just like those doctors did with the knee surgery, that optimism works, that feeling good works, and that being happy works. And even if it isn't to get every single thing you want in life, for me, feeling happy is one of the most important things. It's why I'm here, and I want to enjoy my period here regardless of what happens to me. So all I'm going to ask you to do is to go to my website and leave me a message with any areas of happiness that you've had during the week, times when you've been able to overcome stuff and feel happy regardless, times when you haven't been able to overcome stuff, and perhaps we could have a chat about what we could do, how we could get you feeling a bit happier, because life is here to be enjoyed and we so forget it with watching the news and focusing on our problems. Let's try as a group to think happy thoughts and to really feel good about being ourselves, because we're special. There's only one of us and we've got to enjoy it. And it's not always about not feeling good looking enough, not being rich enough, not being smart enough. The list goes on. It's about just enjoying being you. So, my name's Allison Blondell. My email address is allison@lifedietplan.com. Please email me with anything that you've got, any suggestions, and tune into my blog next week. And let's make a go of it and try and be happy together, regardless of what's happening. You take care. For further information, go to www.lifedietplan.com.